welcome. I've been wanting to try this tutorial for those people who are starting or wanted to try oil painting. If you're interested, just keep on watching. First thing we need is materials. Come on, who works without materials? We are going to use some brushes, oil paints, jars, and most importantly, solvents and medium. When it comes to oil paints, you can dilute, add, or put some water to it. Because oil is not a water soluble. Why? Because of science. Oil-based liquids repels the water. So clearly, you can't even clean your brushes with oil paint through running water. That's where solvents come in handy. But always remember that solvents are slightly chemical. Make sure you are working in a ventilated place because sometimes solvents have strong smell, but I think it depends on the brand. Just work in a ventilated or well-aired place, and it is also flammable, so keep safe. Solvent is a substance that becomes a solution, dissolving a liquid, solid, or gaseous solid. So basically, solvents are water things that you can use to clean your brushes with, or you can add this to your paint to lighten your color. I'll show it to you for a second. There's a lot of solvents out there that you can use or to choose from. We have turpentine, mineral spirits, and thinners available online or at your local art stores. But for now, all I have is turpentine from Maurice. We also have mediums. I have here is linseed oil. Basically, you add this to your oil paint to make a strong, flexible paint films. It also makes your painting last longer. We all have our materials ready. Let's get on and know how to use them. For starters, we use watercolor paper. I'll teach you some tips to get the best paper when it comes to painting. Before you buy a watercolor paper, always check for the paper weight or the grams per square meter. The higher the number of the grams per square meter, the more thicker the paper is, which is meant for all mediums. The lighter ones are made for sketching or graphite art. Now I have this sparkly watercolor pad with a 180 grams per square meter. So it's thick, but you can also go with 300 grams per square meter. Now you got yourself a paper, it's time to sketch. Remember, always use a reference photo. Why? Of course, to help you. For beginners like us, we need something that can guide us. Huge tip: draw whatever your heart screams for. Creativity doesn't have any limits. Go wild! Now you have your sketch done, let's prepare our palette. For now, I'll be using two colors only, white and black, and paint brushes number 2, 6, and 5. Next, get a jar for your medium and solvent. In my next technique, I always mix my linseed oil, a little bit of turpentine to lessen the thickness of my medium, so that when I mix into my oil paint, it won't get that too much thickness, and also speed up the drying time of the painting. Also get another jar and pour your solvent and turpentine in it, so this would be your alternative water. Like what I said earlier, we can't use water. Now we are ready. Let's paint. For my style, I always start with the darker tones and gradually work my way up to the lighter ones. By checking the reference, it helps me identify where the light is. Notice the lights face directly to our subject, so I have to look at the reference from time to time because we need to get the lighting pretty much the same. Don't worry, you don't have to use the same reference as mine. You can choose whatever you want. You can choose whatever subject you wanted to paint. Just look at the reference and identify where the light is and start with the darker tones. You'll be fine. Also, don't feel down about your artwork. Remember, we are practicing here. No matter what output we get, it is still our masterpiece. Notice that I mix my linseed oil, a little bit of turpentine to thin the oil paint. It also helps me to blend the two colors flawlessly without pre-mixing the colors. But it is advisable to pre-mix your colors. But don't worry, I'll make a new tutorial on how to pre-mix colors. Oh, that was quick. But to be honest guys, painting will take us days to finish. So don't get too wretched about it. Mine took me 2 days to finish, but I had fun, so you should too. Don't you ever push yourself or pressure yourself or down yourself. Painting takes a lot of practice, time, and effort. Be happy throughout the process and love art. My huge tip on making your painting more gratifying, and my art professor taught me to finish every detail in your artwork. Through background to highlights, don't leave any trace of paper. Even if it's white, paint over with white. Make sure that you covered your paper with paint, because that's how you know you're done. And it feels complete. Ta-da! The painting is done. Now, never forget to clean your surroundings and most importantly, your brushes. Keep your palette for future use. Always remember, solvents are slightly chemicals, so don't throw them anywhere. If you're going to throw them away, please be sure to put it in a container named solvent flammable and personally hand it to your garbage collector or waste collector. But you can also reuse them to clean your brushes, like what I did here. I put a little bit of solvent in my used solvent jar and grabbed some oily cloth. What I did is to dip my used brush to my solvent cleaner here that I made with the used solvent and wipe it through my used cloth to remove the oil paint. Redo this until you feel the brushes doesn't have any oil paint residue. Always remember, you cannot clean your brushes with water. It will not clean your brushes ever because oil is not a water soluble. So yeah, there you have it guys. I hope you learned a lot from this video. If you guys make your own artwork, be sure to tag me at 𝐩𝐚𝐢𝐧𝐭𝐬 on Instagram or at 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿. I would definitely support you in your artwork. I might give you some of my prints of mine. So yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. If you have other questions, don't hesitate to comment down below. I will be very happy to answer it all. Thank you. 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐿 signing out.